Good morning, students. Welcome in our social science class. We are doing revision of chapter 1 geography, that is resource and development, and we have revised half of the chapter, in which we have already discussed the classification of resources on different bases. Today we will discuss resource planning in India. Resource planning is a complex process which involves identification and inventory of resources across the region of the country. This involves surveying, mapping, and qualitative and quantitative estimation and measurement of the resources. So first is identification, second is evolving a planning structure endowed with appropriate technology, skill, and institutional setup for implementing resource development plans. And third, matching the resource development plans with overall national development plans. So we have seen resource planning process in India, which involves identification, second, evolving planning structure with appropriate technology, skill, and institutional setup, and third, matching the resource development plans with overall national development plans. The availability of resources is a necessary condition for the development of any region, but mere availability of resources in the absence of corresponding changes in technology and institutions may hinder development. किसी रीजन के डेवलपमेंट के लिए रिसोर्सेज की अवेलेबिलिटी ज़रूरी होती है, लेकिन सिर्फ रिसोर्स अवेलेबल हो जाने से ही काम नहीं होता. अगर टेक्नोलॉजी और इंस्टीट्यूशनल डेवलपमेंट ना हो तो फिर डेवलपमेंट में रुकावट आने लगती है. देयर आर मेनी रीजन्स इन आवर कंट्री दैट आर रिच इन रिसोर्सेज, बट दीज आर इंक्लूडेड in economically backward region. You can give example of Odisha and Jharkhand. On the contrary, there are some regions which have a poor resource base, but they are economically developed. Now, conservation of resources. Conservation includes both the protection and rational use of the natural resources. Earth's natural resources are either non-renewable, such as mineral, oil, gas, and coal, or renewable, such as water, timber, fisheries, and agriculture crops. Resources are vital for any development activity, but irrational consumption and overutilization of resources may lead to economic, socio-economic, and environmental problems. To overcome these problems, resource conservation at various levels is important. Then comes land resources. Land resources include all those features and processes of the land which can in some way be used to fulfill certain human needs, as can be seen from the definition of land given in chapter. We live on land, we perform our economic activities on land, and we use it in different ways. Thus, land is a natural resource of utmost importance. It supports natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities, transport, and communication systems. However, land is an asset of a finite magnitude. Therefore, it is important to use the available land for various purposes with a careful planning. India has land under a variety of relief features, namely mountains, plateaus, plain, and islands. Plain areas provides facility for agriculture and industry. Mountains, total surface area of country is about 30% and ensure perennial flow of some rivers, provide facilities for tourism and ecological aspects. Land resources are used for the following purposes: net zone area, land utilization. There are 8 types of land utilization in India. First is net zone area, area sown more than once, then forest, land not available for cultivation, permanent pasture and other grazing lands, land under miscellaneous tree crops and groves, cultivable waste, and fallow lands. So land resources are used for the following purposes. Some areas are covered with forest. Land not available for cultivation, in which barren and wasteland, and land put to non-agriculture uses, that means building, roads, factories, etc. Other uncultivated land, excluding fallow land, in which it includes permanent pasture and grazing land, land under miscellaneous tree crops, groves, etc., and cultivable wasteland left cultivated for more than 5 agriculture years. Then fallow lands are those land current fallow, means left without cultivation for 1 or less than 1 agriculture year is current fallow, and other than current fallow left uncultivated for the past 1 to 5 agriculture years. Then there is net sown area, the region, the area sown more than once in an agriculture year, plus net sown area is known as gross cropped area. The use of land is determined both by physical factors such as topography, climate, soil types, as well as human factors such as population, density, technological capability, and culture and traditions, etc. Now comes land degradation and conservation measures. Land degradation are happen from the human activities in which land lose their fertility, and after that nothing will be grow on that land, and it's also affect the environment. Afforestation will be help in the conservation of land degradation. We have shared our land with the past generations and will have to do so with the future generations too. 95% of our basic needs for food, shelter, and clothing are obtained from land. Human activities have not only brought about degradation of land but have also aggravated the pace of natural force to cause damage to land. Some human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, mining, and quarrying have contributed significantly in land degradation. Mining sites are abandoned after excavation work is complete, leaving deep scars and traces of overburdening. In states like Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, and Odisha, deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation. In states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, overgrazing is one of the main reasons for land degradation. In state of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over-irrigation is responsible for land degradation due to water logging, leading to increase in salinity and alkaline in the soil. The mineral processing like grinding of limestone for cement industry and calcite and soapstone for ceramic industry generate huge quantity of dust in the atmosphere. It retards the process of infiltration of water into the soil after it settles down on the land. In recent years, industrial effluents as waste have become a major source of land and water pollution in many parts of the country. There are many ways to solve the problems of land degradation. Afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to some extent. Planning of shelter belts of plants, control on overgrazing, stabilization of sand dunes by growing thorny bushes are some of the methods to check the land degradation. Proper management of wasteland, control of mining activities, proper discharge and disposal of industrial effluents and waste after treatment can reduce land and water degradation in the industrial and suburban areas. Now, soil as a resource. Soil is the most important renewable natural resource. It is the medium of plant growth and supports different type of living organisms on the earth. The soil is a living system. It takes millions of years to form soil up to a few centimeters in depth. Relief pattern, rock or bedrock, climate, vegetation and other form of life and time are important factors in the formation of soil. Various forces of nature such as change in temperature, actions of running water, wind and glacier activities of decomposers, etc. contribute to the formation of soil. Chemical and organic changes which take place in the soil are equally important. Soil also consists of organic and inorganic materials. On the basis of the factor responsible for soil formation, color, thickness, texture, age, chemical and physical properties, the soil of India can be classified in different types. Major soil types are alluvial soil, black soil, red soil, laterite soil, forest and mountain soil, desert soil, arid and desert soil, saline and alkaline soils, and peaty and marshy soil. Alluvial soil is the most widely spread and important soil. In fact, the entire northern plains are made of alluvial soil. These have been deposited by three important Himalayan river systems, the Indus, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. This soil also extends in Rajasthan and Gujarat through a narrow corridor. Alluvial soil is also found in the eastern coastal plains, particularly in the deltas of Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri. Soils are described on the basis of their age. According to their age, alluvial soil can be classified as old alluvial, means Bangar, and new alluvial, means Khadar. The Bangar soil has higher concentration of kankar nodules than the Khadar. It has more fine particles and is more fertile than the Bangar. Alluvial soil as a whole are very fertile. Mostly, these soil contain adequate proportion of potash, phosphoric acid and lime, which are ideal for the growth of sugarcane, paddy, wheat and other cereal and pulse crop. Then black soil. These soils are black in color and are also known as regular soil. Black soil is ideal for growing cotton and is also known as black cotton soil. It is believed that climatic condition along with the parent rock material are the important factors for the formation of black soil. This type of soil is typical of the Deccan Trap region spread over northwest Deccan Plateau and is made up of lava flows. Red and yellow soils. Red soil develop on crystalline igneous rocks in areas of low rainfall in the eastern and southern part of Deccan Plateau. Yellow and red soils are also found in parts of Odisha, Chhattisgarh, southern part of the Middle Ganga plain and along the pediment zone of the Western Ghat. These soils develop a reddish color due to the diffusion of iron in the crystalline and metamorphic rocks. It looks yellow when it occurs in a hydrate form. Laterite soil has been derived from the Latin word later, which means brick. The laterite soil develop in areas with high temperature and heavy rainfall. This is the result of intense leaching due to heavy rain. Humus content of the soil is low because most of the microorganisms, particularly the decomposers like bacteria, get destroyed due to high temperature. Laterite soils are suitable for cultivation with adequate doses of manures and fertilizers. Arid soil. Arid soil range from red to brown in color. They are generally sandy in texture and saline in nature. In some areas, the salt content is very high and common salt is obtained by evaporating the water. Due to the dry climate, high temperature, evaporation is faster and the soil lacks humus and moisture. The lower horizon of the soil are occupied by conchod because of the increasing calcium content downwards. Then forest soils. These soils are found in the hilly and mountainous areas where sufficient rainforests are available. The soil texture varies according to the mountain environment where they are formed. They are loamy and silty in valley sides and coarse grained in the upper slope. In this map, you can find out all types of soil found in India and the region where these type of soil are found. So you have to do your map work like this. Now soil erosion and soil conservation. What is soil erosion? Soil erosion is a natural process and remove of soil from one location to another. It becomes a problem when human activity causes it to occur much faster than under natural condition. So the denudation of the soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as soil erosion. The processes of soil formation and erosion go on simultaneously and generally there is a balance between the two. Sometimes this balance is disturbed due to human activities like deforestation, overgrazing, construction and mining, etc. While natural forces like wind, glacier and water led to soil erosion, the running water cuts through the clay soils and make deep channels as gullies. The land becomes unfit for cultivation and is known as bad land. Sometimes water flows as a sheet over large areas down a slope. In such case, the topsoil is washed away. This is known as sheet erosion. As soil is a very important natural resource, so soil conservation is necessary. Soil conservation is the prevention of soil loss from erosion or reduced fertility caused by overuses, acidification, salinization, or other chemical soil contamination. A sequel of the deforestation is typically large scale erosion, loss of soil, nutrients, and sometimes total desertification. Plugging along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slope. This is called contour plugging. Steps can be cut out on the slopes, making terrace. Terrace cultivation restrict erosion. Western and central Himalayas have well developed terrace farming. Large field can be divided into stripes. Stripes of grass are left to grow between the crops. This break up the force of the wind. This method is known as stripe cropping. Planting lines of trees to create shelter also work in a similar way. Rows of such trees are called shelter belts. These shelter belts have contributed significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and in stabilizing the desert in Western India. So, this is all about the chapter Resource and Development. Go through your book, and if any problem, if there is any query, you can ask me. Thank you and have a nice day.